Welcome back to Grace Meets Globe. Let's talk about something we all dread: airport security. We've all been there, standing in line, watching the clock tick away. But you know what? It doesn't have to be a nightmare. I've got your back with 10 things you should never wear to the airport, so you can breeze through security like a boss. First up, let's talk about bulky clothing. It's a common sight at airports, especially during colder months. I know, comfort is key, especially on those long flights. We all want to feel cozy and warm, but there's a better way to achieve that without the hassle. But trust me, that puffy jacket is your enemy at airport security. It's not just about the bulk, it's about the inconvenience it brings. Why? Because it screams hide and seek for TSA agents. They have to thoroughly check every pocket, every fold, and every layer. They're looking for prohibited items, and bulky clothing just gives them more places to look. This means longer wait times for you and everyone else in line. Plus, there's a good chance you'll set off the metal detector and end up getting a pat down. No one wants that. It's uncomfortable and time-consuming. So what's the solution? Layers, my friends. Layers. Opt for multiple thin layers that you can easily add or remove as needed. Wear a light jacket or sweater that you can easily remove if needed. This way, you stay warm and comfortable without the bulk, and you breeze through security with minimal hassle. Plan your outfit strategically. Think about the ease of removing and putting back on your layers. This small change can make a big difference in your travel experience. Remember, the goal is to make your journey as smooth and stress-free as possible. So, ditch the bulky clothing and embrace the art of layering. Your future self will thank you. Next up, let's talk about everyone's favorite shiny things. Jewelry. We all love the sparkle and the way it makes us feel special. Whether it's a family heirloom or a trendy new piece, jewelry has a special place in our hearts and wardrobes. Now, I love a good statement piece as much as the next person, but the airport is not the place to rock your entire jewelry collection. Think about it. Earrings, necklaces, rings, and bracelets, they're all just begging to set off that metal detector. Imagine the hassle of having to remove each piece one by one while everyone in line behind you waits impatiently. Not only does it slow you down, but it also increases the chances of losing something valuable. The last thing you want is to misplace a cherished piece of jewelry in the chaos of airport security. Plus, the more you wear, the more you have to keep track of. And let's be real, no one wants to spend extra time fumbling with their jewelry while holding up the security line. It's stressful for you and frustrating for everyone else. The security process is already tedious enough without adding extra complications. My advice? Keep it simple. Opt for minimalistic pieces that won't cause a fuss. A small pair of earrings and a watch are all you really need. Not only will this make your security experience smoother, but it will also give you peace of mind knowing your valuables are safely tucked away. So, next time you're packing for a trip, think twice about that jewelry box. Less is more when it comes to airport travel. A small pair of earrings and a watch are all you really need to stay stylish and stress-free. Let's be honest, belts are the bane of airport security. They're like the ultimate time suck. You know the drill. You get to the front of the line, you forget to take your belt off, the metal detector goes off, and then you're stuck awkwardly trying to unbuckle your belt while juggling your bags. Save yourself the hassle and just take your belt off before you even get to security. Better yet, pack it in your carry-on bag. That way, you can avoid any potential delays and sail through security like a pro. Let's talk shoes. Specifically, shoes with metal shanks or large buckles. These are a big no-no at airport security. Why? Because, you guessed it, they set off the metal detector. And nobody wants to be that person holding up the line because their shoes are too fancy. So, what's the solution? Opt for slip-on shoes or shoes with minimal metal accents. Trust me, your feet and everyone behind you in line will thank you. Okay, this one might seem a little out there, but trust me on this. Avoid wearing clothing with excessive zippers or metal embellishments. Think about it. Every single one of those zippers is a potential red flag for the metal detector, and the more zippers you have, the more likely you are to set it off. So, do yourself a favor and choose clothing that's simple and easy to wear. You'll thank me later. I get it. Hats are cool. They can complete an outfit and add a touch of personality. But when it comes to airport security, hats can be a real pain. Why? Because you're usually required to remove them, which means you're stuck juggling your hat, your bags, and your boarding pass. And if you're wearing a hat that's difficult to remove, like a beanie or a hat with a lot of embellishments, you're just asking for trouble. So, my advice? Save the hat for your destination and opt for a simple hairstyle instead. Chapter 7. Layer up, stress out. Why multiple layers are a no-go. Remember when I said layers were a good idea? Well, let's dive deeper into that. Layers can indeed be your best friend when traveling, especially if you're moving between different climates. But there's a fine line between being prepared and overdoing it. Well, there is such a thing as too many layers. Overdressing can turn your travel experience into a nightmare. Imagine wearing 3 sweaters, a jacket, and a scarf, only to realize you have to take them all off at the security checkpoint. If you're bundled up like you're about to climb Mount Everest, you're going to have a bad time at airport security. The more layers you have, the more you have to remove, and the longer it takes. This not only slows you down, but also everyone else in line. Not only will you be sweating buckets by the time you get to the front of the line, but you're also more likely to set off the metal detector. Excessive layers can contain metal zippers, buttons, or even hidden items that can trigger alarms, causing further delays. So, stick to a reasonable number of layers, 2 or 3 at most, and you'll be good to go. Think strategically. A light sweater and a jacket can be easily removed and put back on. This way, you stay comfortable, avoid unnecessary stress, and ensure a smoother journey through security. Ladies, I feel your pain on this one. Underwire bras can be super uncomfortable, especially when you're stuck wearing one for hours on end. But unfortunately, they can also be a major pain at airport security. Why? Because those pesky underwires have a nasty habit of setting off the metal detector. And nobody wants to get a pat down because of their bra. So, if you can, opt for a wireless bra, or a bra with plastic underwires. Your girls will thank you. I love a good accessory as much as the next person. But airport security is not the time to break out your entire collection. Large, hard-to-remove accessories are just asking for trouble. They're more likely to set off the metal detector, and they'll just slow you down when you're trying to get through security. So keep it simple and stick to a few small, easy-to-remove accessories. Last but not least, let's talk about something that should go without saying. Avoid wearing clothing with offensive or controversial prints. This should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people show up at the airport wearing clothing that's inappropriate or offensive, Not only is it disrespectful, but it could also get you flagged by security. So just don't do it. Keep it classy and choose clothing that's appropriate for all audiences. So there you have it, folks. Follow these tips and breeze through airport security like a pro. Remember, the key is to be prepared and to dress for comfort and convenience. And most importantly, be respectful of your fellow travelers and the TSA agents. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Grace Meets Globe for more airport hacks.